Hi YouTube. In this video, I want to talk about my year in review of 2015. Even though today's January 21st when I'm recording this, so it's already 2016. But hey, let me talk about 2015 of what has happened to me over those 365 days. But let me not talk about it right now because I just came from the gym and this is how I look right now, and I'm pretty much drenched in sweat. So, time to take a shower, and then I'll come back. I finished showering, and my hair is in style, but this is how my hair naturally looks like, and I probably have filmed a few times with my natural hair. And that's my roommate's bed for your information, and my bed's there, which is on the floor. Anyways, what happened in 2015? So in 2015, I guess the easiest thing is to look at my calendar. So let's look at my calendar and see what happened back in January, starting January 2015. In January 2015, it was my winter 2015 senior year quarter, and really not much interesting happened. You can see on my calendar, there's just a lot of tests, quizzes and tests for Japanese class. There's President's Day. I went back for spring break to San Francisco in March. What else happened? In April, hey, it was my birthday. There's my birthday. Oh, so look at here. Contact Zuma Housing. So, Zuma Housing was quite a fiasco. Well, that was the start of it. So, I am very regretful of one time signing up for Zuma Housing back in, I guess, May or whatever. So back then I was looking for housing for 6 months because I was planning to live at LA from after June through December, and during that period of time I know I needed to continue summer school, and then I know I needed to continue one more quarter, fall 2015 in UCLA before I actually graduate. So I was planning for 6 more months here. So I was looking for a place that was gonna give me 6 months of like rent at least. Zuma Housing offered it, but then that place was terrible. It was really, really terrible. When I moved in, the person hasn't even moved out yet, so it was quite a fiasco. The place wasn't clean, so I lived there for 2 days before, like, oh my god, I can't do this, and then I was crying in the rental office, and that was back in somewhere around June. Yes, June. So I moved in, I think like 12th or 13th. No, I moved in on the 13th, and then no, I think I moved in on the 12th. I moved in on the 12th, and then it was like terrible, terrible memories. Anyways, I was crying in the rental office. Essentially, I got my lease canceled, so that place was like $950 a month, but then there was like $500 deposit and a $250 application fee. I got back my month's rent. I got back my deposit, but I did not get back my application fee. So $250 lost, and then I was let go of my lease, so I became homeless that same day on like June 15 or 16, I forgot what day. I think it's the 16th because here on my calendar I see like a flight to San Francisco. So I bought a very last minute ticket on like Delta Airlines or something. It was or Southwest Airlines. The ticket was like $20 away from first class or something. I think I was flying Delta. It was like $20 away from Delta, and I don't know. I was like, man, I should have just bought first class. But anyways, I spent $230 something buying a round trip ticket from LA to San Francisco. I mean, from LA to San Francisco. And then I just went back home because I have nowhere else to live. So I rented a car and then moved all my stuff to like public storage, and applied for UCLA housing. Even though I had a fiasco with another video about living at UCLA housing. So I applied for UCLA housing. I applied like at 11 in the morning, kind of like sobbing, and then by 4 p.m.-ish, I got an offer from UCLA housing for summer housing. So that was great. So when I left LA, I already knew I had a place to live at LA. So that was really good. Even though it was not the best place, again, they placed me into an apartment that had no air conditioning, but I was secretive this time, and I bought a portable air conditioner from Craigslist for $50. So it was a good deal. Anyways, back in summertime, I was taking more classes, and then oh look, I could upgrade my phone that time. In July, I guess this is one of the most stressful things to talk about, like even for YouTube, that I don't really want to talk about. And I have alluded to this a lot in my YouTube videos that I made in 2015. So I found out that I was gay because I felt I started to have a boyfriend in July, which was nice until we broke up somewhere around September. It was nice. Anyways, not gonna go too much into that. I was working in August. I was pretty much doing summer school for the entire summer, and then I had like 2 weeks of break, and then I flew back to San Francisco. And I flew back to San Francisco for my summer break and did pretty much nothing. So when I came back, or during my break and slightly after, during the beginning of the fall quarter, I was quite heartbroken because that's when I broke up. I was broken up by. I just did more classes to complete my major. Hey, what is this? Info session. I remember going to these info session. I remember, oh yeah, here. There was like a Microsoft info session that was kind of pretty odd. So we were told that it was an info session, but when we actually went there, it was like, hey guys, you guys are gonna be doing a coding competition. And we're like, oh, what? Because not everyone even brought laptops to this coding competition, so that was really random. And then in October, I later on met my second boyfriend. But then we broke up. I ended up having 2 breakups in 2015. Kind of sad. It is sad. We broke up somewhere in December. Yeah, for me, being gay isn't really something I really thought about until like pretty much the senior year of my college time. It's not something I really like tell everyone about. Like, I don't really care what people think about me. But I told my mom, I told my sister. My mom's really not supportive because, well, yeah, she comes from an Asian background. So there's that. And then like growing up, I didn't really even know that I was on the gay side. But I guess there's subtle hints that there was for me. But I didn't really understand it until like much the senior year of my college times, where I actually started like, oh, I like this guy. Anyways, I graduated December 2015, so that's fantastic for me. And I flew back to San Francisco for winter break, and I flew back to LA for my part-time job. So even though I graduated, I'm still working here at UCLA for my part-time job. But my part-time job ends at mid-March. So right now, I'm still job searching for a new career job if I want to stay here in LA. And if I don't find a job by March, I'll be leaving and going back to San Francisco. I'm sweating a bit. So right now I'm job searching. If I don't find a job by March, I will fly back to San Francisco and move back to San Francisco and find someone to sublease this place. But I want to stay here in LA. It's very nice. It's nice to not live with my parents. Even though I have a roommate, ideally, hopefully one day I can afford living by myself. And here's my calendar for January 2016. Right now it's quite empty. What's digitalized photos? Anyways, I graduated UCLA. Didn't graduate with any like honors or those kind of levels because I was struggling around with majors. Like when I entered UCLA, my dad. Well, I'm glad that my parents aren't really like specific about like you must become a doctor or you must become whatever those Asian American stereotype parents wants their kids to become, like a lawyer or whatever. My parents didn't really care because they kind of felt like I was a failure already, which is nice, but I don't really care. So I just did what I like to do, and then that was like programming, and unfortunately I wasn't smart enough to get into like the engineering school. So I'm just doing like as much as I could to be a good candidate, like my own experience, working on very large projects for UCLA, and that's my goal, or that's my experience to get a career job. For me, my ultimate career goal, my 10-year plan, is to become a chief technology officer. Mainly because my sister got a job as a pharmacist and she's making quite a bit of money. And then I'm like, oh, what ways can I make a lot of money without having more education? Because I'm really tired of education for me. So I guess becoming corporate executives will get me the six figures or even more. So who knows? That's my goal. 10-year plan. Become a chief technology officer. Alright, thanks for watching my little saga video about 2015. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you didn't feel too offended about my queerness. I guess it happens. It happens to people. It happens.